It's now time for Energy Insights, where you get an inside view and local perspectives of all the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley. This program is being brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association and can be heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. on local radio WMOA AM 1490 and ESPN radio WJAW FM 100.9 and AM 630. It's now time for the show. Here's Johnny Wharf, your local host.
Another edition of Energy Insights on a Saturday morning. Johnny Wharf along with Bob Gerst. He is a buyer for Ergon Oil Purchasing and has been around the business for a lot of years. And as we had an opportunity to do a previous week with David Hill, I'd like to just start maybe with your background, some of the things that you've done in the business. It might take all day, right? Probably to cover that.
It's been 40 years plus. I started out working for my dad on a cable tool rig back when I was in high school yet. In the summertime, I've contract pumping wells. I've hauled crude oil. I've run dozer on pipeline. I've about pretty well done whatever was asked to do.
And when you reflect back on growing up in the business, or you said 40 plus years, is there anything that sticks out in your mind? I always think of, when I was a young man and I had an opportunity to be the night waterman at a country club. I had no boss. I was on a tractor from 7 at night till 7 in the morning. And at the time, I don't know that I particularly liked being out there at 3 in the morning. But now when I look back on it, it was one of the great jobs to reflect. And is there anything that jumps out in your mind when you look back and say, maybe I didn't like it then, but it helped me gain a lot more knowledge in the business?
Yes, I worked nighttime hauling crude oil. My shift was 10 at night to 11 in the morning, 10, 11 in the morning, and I thought, boy, what am I doing this for? But it turned out for a good opportunity for me. I enjoyed it. Oil field's been great. I am the third generation in the oil and gas business, so it's been very rewarding.
Talk about, so when you're hauling, when you were hauling, were these mostly back road hauls?
Yeah, probably 60% was gravel and back roads. Very little interstate, mostly 2 lanes and 1 lane, over. West Virginia was really tough, at night, but we survived.
Bob Gerst is our guest. He is currently with Ergon Oil Purchasing. And when you first got into the business, so tell me what company you worked for, and then maybe a little transition from that.
Okay. I worked for Gerst and Clark Drilling, which was my dad. I was raised around the rig from the time I was 4 years old. Always thought it was the neatest thing there ever was. I had some big memories. My dad drilled a well in Noble County, Ohio, back in 1957 that made 300,000 in gas a day natural, which was back then was the biggest well ever drilled in Noble County, and yet today that still sticks in my mind as rewarding doing that.
All right, and then as we sit here in 2019. Think about all the things that have happened in the industry that has changed, and yet you're still cranking away in the business now. Is it more? What was the biggest challenge? I can look back and say when I went to college, there weren't computers yet, so obviously that was my big challenge coming out of it. But is there anything, as it relates to purchasing, drilling, hauling, that has changed dramatically?
Yes, regulations have been very tough on the business. We've all survived and done it. Years ago, there was a lot of small producers, and if you needed something, you just go to them and they'd loan it to you. Everything now is bigger and it's tougher. We have safety programs. Back then you didn't have none. You just done whatever you had to do and thought nothing of it. So regulations, it's changed a good bit.
Yeah, I would say that there's still, particularly in this area, a good piece of the Good Old Boy Network still alive, and I'm going to say you're a card-carrying member of it. We appreciate your insights here today on the program, and look forward to talking to you again.
Okay.
All right, Bob Gerst from Ergon Oil Purchasing on Energy Insights, brought to you each and every Saturday morning from the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association.
Thank you for listening to Energy Insights, brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association. Tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WMON ESPN Radio WJAW as Johnny Wolf brings you your local and inside perspectives of the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Thank you for listening to Energy Insights, brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association. Tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WMON ESPN Radio WJAW as Johnny Wolf brings you your local and inside perspectives of the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley.